Namaste everyone. Kushal, I JV Muskan Kumari from the Department of Science and Technology, and I'm working here as an assistant professor in Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University and Faculty of Education and Management. So today in this session, I will discuss with you the POSIX signal handling. What is the POSIX signal handling? And to discuss this sessions with you, I just want to share some files with you which will help you to better understanding the sessions. Okay, so yes, here is the file which will help you to better understanding regarding the POSIX signal handling. Okay, now if we talk about the POSIX signal handling, then firstly see that here. What is the POSIX signal handling? So firstly we will discuss the signals. Signal or a software interruptions is a notification to a process that an event has occurred. That an event has occurred. Generally, signals are asynchronous because a process doesn't know that or when a signal will occur. Okay, so signals are sent to a process by another process or itself or the kernel, isn't it? So example is like signal child. So we are writing here SIGCHLD. Signal child is created by kernel to parent process when child process terminates. Okay. So, dispositions or actions of a signal is basically set by the signs action function, SIG action function. So, there are three choices for the dispositions. First will be the creating a signal handler function. Firstly, you have to create a signal handler function. This method is also known as catching the signal. The void handler int sign number functions returns the nothing because you are using here the signal dot void. Okay, so they are returns nothing. Single integer as parameter contains signal number and sign key and sign stop cannot be caught. Now, if we talk about the second points, then ignore the signals by setting the depositions to sign ignore IGN, sign underscore ignore, and sign kill and sign stop cannot be ignored. This sign ignore IGN will be used, but sign kill and sign stop cannot be ignored. Now, set default dispositions for a signal by setting its dispositions to sign underscore DFL. DFL. Okay, so usually default is to terminate process and sometimes save a code image of the process in its current working directory. Okay? So now if we again discuss about this ones, what will happen? Signal function, an easier but outdated alternative to sign actions and contains the two parameters. First is signal number and second is the handler functions slash signature underscore ignore IGN or signature underscore DFL. Okay. When a signal handler is installed, it remains installed. When a handler is executing the caught signal is blocked, any additional signal set in the mask are also blocked. Okay, so if the signal is generated one and more times, While it is blocked, it is delivered only once after the signal is unblocked, and unique signals are not under the queue. Clear? Now, handling the signal child signals. So, zombie state is used to maintain the information of child for the parent, such as process ID of child, its termination status, information on resource utilization of child, CPU time, memory, etc. If process terminates and that process has children in zombie state, then process parent process ID of all children is said to be one, that is init process, which inherits the children and clean up them. Init will wait for them, which removes the children. Okay. Some Unix file systems show the command for zombie process as defined. Defines. So handles how to handle the zombie, isn't it? How we will handle that zombie. So zombie takes place and also takes the space, and we can run out of process. When we fork children, we must wait for them by calling wait handler of SIG response child to prevent them from becoming the zombies. Okay, so here is the some coding formats of patterns like void SIG underscore child into signature name, process ID PID T underscore T. So process ID and init state PID equals to wait address of the states which domain. Printf child assembly terminated PID and return. Now sequences of states. Terminate client by typing the int of file into other characters. Client TCP sends the FIN to server and server TCP responds to the client with an ECP, that is the acknowledgement. Receipt of FIN delivers the EOF to child depending the rate child terminates. Its parent is blocked in its call to accept when signed underscore child signal is delivered of signal handler. Signed child over executes wait fetches of child ID and status. Signal handler returns that value and except it was a slow system call and the kernel causes it to return an error of the inter-interrupt system call. So, parent doesn't handle this type of error, so it is debugging. Okay, so just I am recalling this all which I have discussed in this ones like process ID, integer signal, zombie, isn't it? So just recalling this all once again with you. So this is all about your process signal handling, isn't it? So how the process signals will handle, how the process ID in the zombie states is basically handling of the process, isn't it? So I will discuss this all the things. And again, if you want to discuss some more commands of the process signals, then I can tell you the most of the important commands. Some of these are like SIG ABRT, that is the Signal is sent. This signal, SIGAVRT, this signal is basically sent to the a process to tell it to an abort or to terminate. The signal is usually initiated by the process itself when it calls abort functions of the C standard library, but it can be sent to the process from outside like any message. And if you talk about the SIGBUS, then SIGBUS signal is basically sent to the process when it causes a bus error. Bus error in the sense transmission channel error. The conditions that lead to the signal being sent are, for example, incorrect memory access alignment or non-existent physical address. Now, if we talk about the SIGCHLD, then I can tell you that SIGCHLD signal is sent to a process when a child process terminates, is interrupted, or resumes after being interrupted. One common uses of the signal is to instruct the operating system to clean up the resources used by child process after its terminations without an explicit call to the wait system call. Now, if we talk about the one signals like SIVCONT, then this signal instructs the operating system to continue or restart the process previously paused by the SIG STOP, okay, or SIG signals. So, one's important use of the signal is in job control and its source also. If we talk about the SIGNIT. So this signal is basically sent to the process when it attempts, when a process by its controlling terminal, when user wishes to interrupt the process. This is typically initiated by the patient control C, but on some systems the delete characters or break key can be used. Now, if we talk about the SIGKILL, this signal is basically sent to a process to cause it to terminate immediately. In contrast to SIGTERM and SIGINT, this signal cannot be caught or ignored, and the receiving process cannot be performed any cleanup upon receiving that signal. Okay? So this is all about your terminology or the various signals which I have discussed with you. And if I will talk about one more signals like SIG, STP, then this signal is basically sent to a process by controlling the terminal to request it to stop the temporarily. It commonly initiated by the user pressing Control Z, unlike signature stop. The process can register a single signal handler for the or ignore the signal also. Okay? So this all are the types of the POSIX signal which I have discussed with you and which is will be used during the designing of the performance of POSIX signals. Clear? POSIX signal handler. So I hope you will understand this session very clearly. And in case if you have any problem in this session, then please let me know your query by drop your query into the comment section box, through which I will discuss your query in the next sessions. Okay, and also please read this session from multiple standard book and also follow the multiple websites through which we can easily get this type of contents and more relevant contents regarding the topic. Okay, thank you. And one thing more is like if any questions will arise for this, then I will questions like please define the five signal name and their working of POSIX signal handler. Okay, and what do you mean by the POSIX signal handler? So this type of questions will be arises. So please be prepared about the questions also. Okay, thank you.